All right, Ronaldo. You probably thought I forgot about you. Ronaldo over at Big Sun's Lawn Care put me to a challenge, and I say, challenge accepted. Here's my truck. So what I got here is a 2004 Dodge Ram. Yeah, it's actually a Dodge. It's got a little bit of rust down here. This bumper is brand new. It's like only a year old. I gotta go get those pop marks off and, well, wax that again. Just get that all sealed up. I normally don't keep the tonneau cover on it. I don't like the tonneau covers. It's just, especially this particular tonneau cover, it's annoying. There's like a little ground that's got to push into a rail here. The rails are a pain to get on. And only reason why was because I was out camping this weekend. I still got some stuff back there. That bar's set up so I can slip my Ego right in there, and it holds up against the bar and the tailgate. It doesn't slop back and forth. So that's very nice to have in there. But yeah, I still got a bin back there. Gotta clean that out from the weekend. But let's get in the interior. It's a quad cab, 4 full size doors. Get into the business end, which I know you all want to see what kind of garbage I keep in here. I always keep a few extra bottles of water. That one actually looks like it's open. Trash bags, those are for dog poop pickup. Here's an extra battery charger, just in case I need that. Got some paper towels back there. And there's an extra bungee. Oops, I gotta unsnap that. Underneath the seat here, we have my samurai saw, my samurai saw. I did a review on this recently, putting it up against the Silky. This is a part that's ready to go on the mower, and I haven't put it on yet, but I have it in the truck just in case it goes. This is a new belt for the mower because the belt has been, well, need to be replaced for the last 3 years after looking at it, and still haven't done it. Maybe not 3 years, but 2 years. Extra quart of oil. Hammer, that always comes in handy. Some bungee cords. Here's a extra fan belt for the actual vehicle. I'll probably pop open the other side too as we get around. And this is basically, in here is where I keep a lot of the stuff. This is my jump box, extra battery for the weed whips, my power inverter in case I need to charge something or power something up. I'll show you how that works as I get underneath the hood about how I keep that connected or disconnected. First aid kit, keep that very handy. Fire extinguisher, keep that very handy. In this pouch here, I got some extra earplugs, some WD-40, some extra spark plugs, some 2-cycle oil, some wire cutters. You always need wire cutters because in case you always keep an extra pair of wire cutters because they also work good to cut the spools of weed whip. So I got extra scrunch, my roadworthy stuff, my extra shovel, some zip ties, scissors. Here's my holster with my pruners in it. That's in that pouch. I got an extra tent stake in this one and just some extra weed whip in case I don't have my trailer with me because I'm doing a quick job and then of course I run out of weed whip. That usually happens. That's just cheap Walmart stuff. That's the main storage area right there. Let's bring you into the cockpit. So over here there's really not a whole lot extra. Here's my snowplow control. This is really nice because I can sit here with my arm here and operate it over here. I added this into it, just a couple extra cup holders. These are the stock ones. I put a reverse camera in. This isn't working right now. It died out on me. I do like having a reverse camera in here, especially for hitching up a trailer. It will save you a lot of time. Now, I got a CD player, Ronaldo, but I took out the CD cassette combo. It still works. I still got it. But I took that one out, the CD cassette combo, because I wanted Bluetooth. And so I put in the Sony Explode. It's got Bluetooth. Still has a CD player. Yeah, we over there, we got a few extra safety glasses and things like that. This is also another big brain box in here. Keep my mileage book, extra cords, a flashlight. You know, I'm in this thing quite frequently. Oh, that reminds me, I got some work to do. These aren't even the right bulbs, I don't think, but they'll work for now because these were in my, well, in my garage. Let me go ahead, pop open the hood. Oh, almost forgot something. Right down here, this is the controller for the air assists. I got airbags on it. It's a half-ton truck. It really does wonders being able to operate that. I have that there. And we'll just go around and do a nice 360 before we get to the other side in the interior. Pop open the hood. And this is the crown jewel right here, the 5.7 liter V8 Hemi. Yeah, if I were to boot this thing up, I think it says 16 miles to the gallon. That's because of my trip. How's my washer fluid? I could probably use some washer fluid. So that's usually gets around 12 miles to the gallon in the city, 8 miles to the gallon with a snowplow on it. Okay, we're good on oil. One of the things I've done, I replaced the spark plugs on it just because there was over 100,000 miles on it. There's 16 spark plugs on this thing. Man, that was a pain. And some of them are really hard to get to. Back there, back in there, I can't even get them on the camera. Yeah. This is the controller for the snowplow right here. And if you look behind it, over here I have this little doohickey. This is a breaker. And lights on now. This is what operates my, this is the power that goes straight from the battery to my power inverter. And I put on a breaker instead of a actual fuse. And that's just, well, how I turn it on and off as well, just so I don't have power going in there, having the thing flip out and drain my battery while I'm out mowing or something, not realizing it's on. So we went over the spark plugs. The other thing I've done, had to do some fittings, some new power steering hoses. Those things were leaking like crazy. I did new shocks on this, so that's why the hood actually opens up now. Before it was having trouble opening up. Oh, MaxPow hood shocks. So, but that's why the thing opens up and closes really nice now. So if you're having trouble and you got a Ram and the hood isn't popping up on its own, it's probably your hood shocks, because instead of using springs, they use the shocks in that same stretch of the imagination. I just broke something. All right. We'll have to fix that too. So let's get to the back end over here, because I got more stuff, and this is probably some of the stuff that you guys probably should not thinking of, because it's not stuff you really use frequently, but you probably should have in your truck. See, that back end is really, because the car seat is empty. These are my road flares, and I got some road triangles down here in case I gotta pull over for an emergency in a long period of time. Let's take a peek underneath. So one of the things I did is I redid the whole front suspension, and they're the air shocks, and I had to do some work under here on the muffler. This is the original factory exhaust. Had to put a patch on that, but I did Blistein shocks all the way around. Redid the front end. I still have a bent axle in the back, so I gotta fix that. It hasn't been too terribly bad, but that's like on my list to do tomorrow. So I mean, I'm just trying to think of everything else. I've done brakes. Before I got this, the way I got this was my dad's truck. He bought it new. That's my truck in a nutshell. To give you the kind of the history of it, my dad actually purchased that truck new back in 2004. He traded in his 98 Ram 1500 for that. It was burning a quart of oil every 200 miles. He was putting a quart of oil in it. That was kind of his fault, because he worked about 2 miles from home, And he would drive that thing in the middle of the winter, like when it was 20 below, not warm it up or anything. And yeah, he just killed the engine that way. At least that's what I suspect. But there were all these little issues. If you know the second gen Rams, you know all these little issues. So after the first gens were out for about a year, he decided to go ahead, trade in his second gen and get a first gen. But he really didn't do a whole lot other than change oil. And he didn't really keep up much else with maintenance other than unless something broke. He did put new tires on it, which I have to go through and replace again. He did put brakes on it like right before I got it. And actually, this last week I had to do the back brakes, but that's because of a bent axle in the back of the truck that I still got to get fixed. And he did have a tie rod replaced on it. I noticed when I did the front end work because I replaced the entire front end, put on Moog parts. We did the Blistine shocks, and now it's just a matter of getting the rear end taken care of. But yeah, I just been trying to pick up on a lot of the maintenance that he typically doesn't do. But I mean, most while I think he also replaced the battery at some point in time because it's got a Rural King battery in it. But probably I want to tell you this because I got something new for this year and I got to show him off. Yeah, I bet you already know what it is. We got some new flashy lights for the truck for winter. Oh yeah, I can't wait. These were like $30 on Amazon. So I guess, well, I'll see you next time.